Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the season opener of the Midwest Super Dirt Series featuring the modifieds and the super late models from the Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. One bad, fast half mile, got 14 super late models, 11 UMP modifieds registered, and it's going to be a great night of racing action. Without further ado, let's get straight to the heat races. Here we go with the first modified heat race of the season. Rolling from the pole is going to be Michael Covey. Nick McDougall to his outside. Joseph Grandy and Richie Gaines in row number 2. The Chili Dog, Wade Fields and Joe Merritt rounding out your 6-car field. Going green this time. Off turn number 4, green flag here, we're underway here in Volusia. Got the lead worker, middle of the speedway. Got the inside, Joseph Grandy looking for the spot. Catfishing down around the inside, Grandy's going to have the spot this time by on the end of lap number 1. Colby wrecks the back bumper. A little bit of a push. Richie Gaines trying to put his nose in the fight. Randy with a little bit of breathing room as we got 2 down. Nick McDougall looking underneath Richie Gaines for P3. Single filed out here around Volusia Speedway Park. Randy 4 tenths of a second advantage over the next car, Michael Covey. Richie Gaines comfortably in the 3rd spot. Nick McDougall runs in 4th. The Chili Dog, Wade Fields in 5th, and Joe Merritt rounding out the field. Laps to go, single file. Running order still unchanged. No challenges on track for position currently. This time by popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for Grandy. Gaines closing in on Covey for the 2nd spot. Covey, a little bit of a misstep for 3 and 4. Gaines is there looking outside. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go. Gaines looking the inside. Tries to diamond cut it. Looking down the inside. Maybe too little, too late. Checkered flag's going to fly. Joseph Grandy going to win heat race number 1. Covey hangs on for P2. Gaines in 3rd. Heat race number 2 for the MSDS Modifieds out on the speedway. Nathan Brown going to roll from the pole. The Bowmanator, Noble Bowman to his outside. Brandon Tramper and Jay Schaff in row number 2. And Alexi Vigian going to round out the 5-car field. Brown and Bowman work the field down into turn 3. Pace truck's going to drop off out of turn number 4. Brown's on the throttle. Good start. Green flag in the air here in heat race number 2. Brown still got the lead, working in the middle of the speedway, making it hard for Joe Bowman to get around with that high side momentum. Brandon Tramper, short slide shaft. Everybody's going to stay clean and green. Time by 2 down. Brown still your leader. Noah Bowman in P2. Brandon Tramper up to the 3rd spot. Jay Shaft trying to take the 3rd spot away. Bowman and Brown up along the cushion. top three, single file around the high side of the speedway. This time by cross flags, 4 down, 4 to go. Brown still holding smooth and steady on top shelf. Noah Bowman in tow. Brandon Tramper stuck about 5 car lengths behind in no man's land. Bowman 0.3 of a second behind, trying to find something. This time by popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more times around here at heat race number 2. Bowman's going to switch up the line. He's going to go to the bottom, turns 1 and 2. Going to stick to the bottom, turns 3 and 4. Not enough of a run for the slider. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Nathan Brown is led from the drop of the hammer. One final run from Noah Bowman, nothing doing. Checkered flag's gonna fly. Nathan Brown's gonna win heat race number 2. Heat race number 1 for the MSDS Super Late Models out on track. Richie Gaines going to roll from the pole with Joseph Grandy to his outside. Brandon Walsh and Nathan Brown in row number 2. Row number 3, going to find Michael Covey and Nick McDougall with Jay Schaff rounding out the 7-car field. Pace truck dives off. Gaines and Grandy fire. We're underway. Grandy with a good run down to the inside. Has to check up. Keep getting into Gaines. Kind of pins Brandon Walsh down to the inside. 3 wide for P2. Walsh has got P2 from Grandy at the start-finish line. Gaines still your leader. Walsh with a good run to the inside of the speedway, looking underneath the Gaines. Might have snuck the lead just a bit there at the start-finish line. Walsh sails it way high, going to give the lead back to Richie Gaines. We got contact a little further back in the pack. And boy, not afraid to use the doors and fenders. A little bit of contact between Grandy and Coffey. Coffey down around the inside of the speedway. Joseph Grandy definitely getting some black marks on that brand new wrap. 4 down, 4 laps to go. Got contact further back in the pack. Got a pile up there in turns 1 and 2. Does the green light stay on? It's going to. Grandy around on the front straightaway. Everybody else able to get by. Do we stay green? Looks like we're going to. Richie Gaines, still your leader. Michael Coffey down to the inside. Popsicle 6 to air, 2 laps to go. Coffey down around the inside. Gaines railing the fence. Coffey's going to sneak ahead. White flag's out, 1 lap to go. They're nearly dead even at the line. Back straightaway into turn number 3. Michael Coffey's got the lead. Gonna slide high to protect, and Michael Coffey gonna win heat race number 1 for the MSDS Super Late Models. Heat race number 2 for the MSDS Super Late Models, rolling out on the racetrack, rolling from the pole, the 187 of Rick Main. Ben Cowdermarsh to his outside. Noah Bowman and Joe Merritt in row number 2. Row number 3, you're going to find B-Mez, Keith Bradley, Alexi Vigent, and Ryan Coffey rounding out the field. 7 more cars. Going to go 8 more times around the Volusia Speedway Park. Main and Cowdermarsh. Going to let the pace car ride out ahead just a little bit. Field trots a little quicker now through turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Green flags here. We're underway. 8 more laps. Main with a good start. No challenge out front just yet. Cowdermarsh a little bit tight into turn 3. Well, that means lap number 1. The Bowmanator, Noah Bowman down to the inside. Keith Bradley looking to make his way into the top 3. Looking underneath Noah Bowman. Bowman with a run to the outside of Cowdermarsh. Was going to try to swap lines on him. Cowdermarsh up to the inside, doesn't let him by. Both Cowdermarsh and Bowman catching the leader, Rick Main. Four laps in the books, 4 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Bowman, once again, looking outside of Cowdermarsh, a little bit of contact, getting to turn number 3. Bowman's going to muscle his way back by Keith Bradley after the opportunity. He's going to slide into the 3rd spot with Cowdermarsh from 2nd to 4th. This time by popsicle sticks here, 2 laps to go for Rick Main. Noah Bowman runs in the 2nd spot, Keith Bradley in 3rd, Ben Cowdermarsh 4th. Ryan Coffey hanging on to the 5th spot, battling out with Joe Marin. Leader works his way through turn number 4. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go for Rick Main. Smooth and Steady's going to win the race from the pole. The 187, Rick Main's going to win heat race number 2. All right, folks, a feature time for your MSDS Modifieds. Rolling from the pole is going to be Joseph Grandy, Nathan Brown to his outside, Michael Covey and Noah Bowman in row number 2, Richie Gaines and Brandon Tramper in row 3, Nick McDougall and Alexi Vigian in row number 4, the Chili Dog, Wade Fields and Jay Schaff. Round out your top 10, and Joe Marin tagging the tail of the field. 11 cars set to do battle for 30 laps to kick off the season with the Midwest Super Dirt Series Modifieds here at the Volusia Speedway Park. And Brown gonna lead the field down. Pace trucks off. Front row's on a loud pedal. Green flags here. We're underway here in Barberville. Randy with a good run down to the inside. Lots of breathing room, and they're 3 wide behind. Nathan Brown hung out to dry on the top shelf. Michael Coffey, the benefactor, he's up to P2. Brown retains P3 with Noah Bowman directly to his inside. They're bunched up right behind 3 wide down the back straightaway. They get 4 wide. Richie Gaines puts his nose in there and backs out before they get to the corner. Brown still working the high side. Still has P3. Brandon Tramper trying to take it away. Tramper's got the spot. Making it in turn number 3. Now Noah Bowman around the inside, a little bit of contact with Brown as they're 3 wide further back in the pack. Grandy still your leader. Michael Coffey at P2. Brandon Tramper up to P3. Got a battle going right now for the 4th spot. Noah Bowman looking to the inside of Nathan Brown. Bowman's got the spot. Move Brown back to 5th. Contact a little further back in the pack. Cars a little wide. They're in turn number 1. Hard racing further back in the pack. Got contact down there between Richie Gaines and Jay Schaff. Looks like they're going to keep pointing the right way. Back out front, Joseph Grandy, still your leader. Still green, working lap number 7. Oh, as the yellow comes out for a car stop in the middle of the racetrack, Brandy gets a piece of him. Another caution coming out for the 05 Nick McDougal. Contact with Jay Shaft the prior lap. Unable to keep the car rolling. It comes to a stop. Caution comes out late and Grandy gets a piece of him. Absolute heartbreaker for Joseph Grandy. That's going to have Michael Covey assume the lead. Brandon Tramper in P2, Noah Bowman in third, Nathan Brown fourth, and Alexi Vigian rounding out your top five. Pace truck dives off. Covey fires. We're back underway. Working lap at number 8. Covey with the defensive slider line. Got the lead down the back straightaway. Noah Bowman looking to take P2 away from Brandon Tramper. Tramper right through the middle of the speedway. Good momentum. Going to bring Nathan Brown with him. Brown dropped from the front row to the 5th spot. Now back up to 3rd. Side by side for the lead into turn number 3. Tramper to the inside of Covey. Covey able to power by on the high side. Still door to door for the lead. Down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the lead into turn number 3. Tramper trying to rotate it around the bottom. Covey with a good run up top. He's still got the lead. We got 10 in the books, 25 to go. 3 wide. Bowman's going to try to go 2 for 1 into the 3rd spot. Still 3 and 4 wide. A little bit of beating and banging further back. Everybody's still pointing the right direction. Still got a race going for the lead. Alexi Vigian gets through the melee up to the 3rd spot. Now Noah Bowman looking to get back by. Tramper diamond cuts the corner side by side at the stripe. Covey still led the lap. Tramper down noses ahead off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, out of turn number 4. Tramper diamond cuts it again. Covey still got the spot. Great side-by-side battle for the lead going on. See about taking a ride with Brandon Tramper here for a couple laps around the Volusia Speedway Park. Take a good listen to the throttle control. Running right through the slick underneath Michael Covey. Now trying to rotate it around the bottom. Still P2. Covey with a great run off turn number 4, lap after lap. Tramper still working the inside of the speedway. Covey still powering by off turn number 4. Alexi Vigian holding on to the 3rd spot. Noah Bowman runs in 4th with Richie Gaines in 5th. Nathan Brown down to the 6th spot. Jay Shapp up to 7th after the earlier incident. Wade Fields in 8th. Nick McDougal runs in 9th with Joe Merritt rounding out the top 10 and your cars on track. Out front, Brandon Tramper throws the slider for the lead. Covey goes to cross him over. Covey still got the spot. Getting spicy just past the halfway point. Covey, bit of a push through the middle. Tramper's going to try to diamond cut the corner. Nothing doing that time. 15 laps to go. Great battle for the top spot. Now Tramper gonna throw the short slider on Covey. Covey turns it down the racetrack, grabs the gravity. He's still got the lead. All this battling going on up front has allowed Alexi Vigian to catch the leaders. A little bit of door banging down the back straightaway. Tramper unable to clear him this time. Coffey's going to power by on the high side. Still door to door, working at turn number 3. Top side of the speedway, still dominant on exit. Hold on to your horses now, folks. It's a 3-car race for the lead. Alexi Vigian is there. Tramper, long slide job through 3 and 4. Coffey back down to the inside, still has the spot. Vigian to the back bumper of this battle. Now Tramper, good run off turn number 2. Slider once again. Coffey off the throttle through the slick bottom side of the racetrack, unable to take it from Tramper. Tramper's going to lead the lap. Now Coffey on the offensive. Down around the inside, Tramper runs it in deep. Unable to clear that slide job. Just shy of 10 to go. Now Brandon Tramper. Decisively your leader. 3-car lengths to Coffey. Alexi Vigian still in the fight, looking for P2. And don't look now. Noah Bowman, catfish to the inside of the speedway. Finding something that these boys may have forgotten about. Is there enough time? Top 3 cars on the top shelf. Noah Bowman rotating right around the hub on the inside. Side by side with Vigiant for P3. Towards the infield tractor tires, right to the back bumper once again. Good run off the bottom, down the back straightaway. Bowman's going to clear Vigiant, looking to clear Coffey. Vigian over the cushion on the high side, able to keep the momentum. Noah Bowman still trying to make the bottom work. Not as prominent off turn number 4 as it is off turn number 2. Less than 5 laps to go. Tramper loving to see this battle going on. Bowman down to the inside looking for P2. Tramper running his own race on the high side. A little bit of contact by Vigian. Gives Noah Bowman a shot. But Bowman up to P2. This time by popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more times to go for Brandon Tramper. Noah Bowman's there. He's in the hunt. Does he have anything for your leader? This time by white flags in the air. 1 lap to go. 1/2 mile to decide it. Brandon Tramper, your leader. Tramper sails it high. Bowman with a good run to the inside. Tramper right to the cushion. Too little, too late for Noah Bowman. Brandon Tramper is going to win the season opener here at Volusia in the MSDS Modifieds. And that's going to do it for the season opener for the MSDS Modifieds. Let's take a look at this A feature rundown. After that great 35-lap battle, Brandon Tramper is going to go 6-1 to win the season opener. The Bowmanator in P2. Michael Coffey is going to round out your podium. Alexi Vigiant in 4th. Richie Gaines rounds out the top 5. Nathan Brown, Nick McDougall, Wade Fields, Jay Schaff, and Joe Merritt round out the top 10. And Joseph Grandy, after that horrific early race incident, is going to round out your total field 28 laps down. Great way to start the evening here with the Modifieds. Next up is your Super Late Model A main event. A feature time for the MSDS super late models. Rolling from the pole is going to be the 21 of Michael Covey. Rick Main in the 187, not answering the call for the feature, so that's going to put Noah Bowman to his outside. Richie Gaines and B-Mez, Keith Bradley in row number 2. Nick McDougal and Ben Cowdermarsh in row number 3. Joseph Grandy and Ryan Covey in row number 4. Row number 5, you're going to find Nathan Brown and Joe Merritt to round out your top 10. Alexi Vigilant and Brandon Walsh rounding out the 12 cars, answering the call for tonight's A main. Get ready, boys. The modifieds were a hell of a race. And I think these are going to be just as rowdy. The MSDS Super Late Model A feature coming to you. Covey and Bowman lead the field down. Green flags in the air. We're underway for 50 laps here in Volusia. Covey's going to hold the lead down here around the inside. Richie Gaines going to try to follow him. Noah Bowman trying to haul the mail on the high side here early. Covey's still your leader. Under fire from Noah Bowman. Already looking the outside for the top spot. Nick McDougal up into the 3rd spot, trying to throw his hat in the ring for the lead. While we're riding along with Nick McDougal, let's take a ride with the Cosmic Dougal Gaming on board. Down around the inside, watching this lead battle go as he runs wheel to wheel with Richie Gaines for the 3rd spot. See Noah Bowman takes the lead from Michael Covey. Nick trying to ride the hub on the inside, working for him as he's still ahead of Gaines. Down the front straightaway, he's got the 3rd spot, but just barely. Bowman, your leader. Michael Covey right behind him. Bowman about a half car gap between 1st and 2nd place. Nearly 3 wide back behind. They are 3 wide now for the 3rd spot. McDougal, Bradley, and Gaines. Bradley's going to jump the cushion. Lets McDougal keep the spot. Gaines winds up the rubber band once again on the high side. Good battle going on here for the 3rd spot. Bradley right back in the hunt as well. Now Richie Gaines is going to have the 3rd spot that time by. Bradley right on the back bumper of McDougal. And here comes Joseph Grandy. Two by 2. Gaines still has the 3rd spot. McDougal trying to get it back on the low side. Grandy gets around Bradley. Close quarters racing here at Volusia. Now McDougal's going to abandon the low side. He's going to go top shelf and chase Richie Gaines down again. Speaking of chasing cars down, Noah Bowman is your leader. 1.2 seconds to the next driver, Michael Covey. Richie Gaines runs in 3rd. Nick McDougal in 4th. And Keith Bradley back to the 5th spot. Joseph Grandy runs in 6th, Ben Cowdermarsh in 7th. Nathan Brown out in no man's land in 8th. Brandon Walsh in 9th. And Ryan Colby's going to round out your top 10. Side-by-side battle for the 11th spot between Alexi Vigent and Joe Merritt. Jay Schaff not on the track, so that's your 12 cars on the speedway. Bowman comes around, work lap number 17. Still extending that lead, 1.3 seconds now. As the rest of this battle has caught up to your second place runner. Richie Gaines in the 3rd spot. Contact with McDougal, Bradley, and Grandy. Grandy real tight on the inside, pushes McDougal to the top shelf. Cowdermarsh is going to pick up a couple of spots in the exchange. Now Cowdermarsh running to the inside of Grandy, looking for 5th. Gaines real tight up on the high side. Keith Bradley now looking underneath for the 3rd spot. Gonna slide Gaines. Gaines gonna turn down the racetrack and get 3rd place back. Gives Michael Colby that little bit of breathing room he needed. Working lap number 20 of 50. Randy back down to the inside of Bradley. Bradley runs it off deep in the corner. Maintains the spot. McDougal looking to charge his way back up. Currently in the 6th spot, 3 wide with Grandy and Cowdermarsh. 4 wide down the front straightaway, just barely. A lot of contact. Now Grandy the pinball up to the high side. He's going to let McDougal go and gives Bradley some breathing room. Now Grandy back on the attack on the high side. Pulls even with Nick McDougal. Down the front straightaway to turn number 1. Both drivers setting their sights on the 7B of Keith Bradley, who jumps the cushion. Bradley's going to lose 1 spot. Able to hang on against Joseph Grandy. 3-way dance. This is for 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. Cowdermarsh runs in 7th. Out front now, Noah Bowman. 1.9 seconds to the 2nd place car from Michael Colby. Richie Gaines still runs in 3rd, but here comes Joseph Grandy and Nick McDougal. As the yellow's out for the first time tonight, caution comes out for the first time tonight for Nathan Brown. All by himself down the front straightaway, gets into the opening at the flag stand, facing the wrong way on a one-way street, and that draws the yellow. Field coming back to green for the first restart. Noah Bowman still your leader. Michael Colby to his outside. Richie Gaines, Nick McDougal, Joseph Grandy going to round out the top 5. Pace truck's off. Bowman's on loud pedal. We're back underway. At the halfway point, 25 laps in, 25 laps to go. Bowman working the middle of the speedway. Able to make it work for him. Joseph Grandy up to the 3rd spot, side by side with Gaines. Bradley McDougal got 1 up on top of the wall coming off turn number 1. Not sure if we're going to stay green or not. Still beating and banging further back in the pack as they're 4 wide for position. Green lights are still on. Whoever jumped the top of the speedway is still running. Michael Colby just lost 3 spots in 1 turn there. Grandy up to P2, McDougal's up to 3rd. Richie Gaines, Keith Bradley battling it out for 4th and 5th. Brandon Walsh trying to throw his hat in the ring. Colby trying to pick up some of the spots he lost. Those short slider on Walsh. Merritt in trouble in the back. We got cars all over the place here at Volusia. Ben Cowdermarsh trying to catfish around the inside of the speedway. Going to slip the grip on the low side. That's going to let Colby go back by. Colby gets into the back of Keith Bradley. Bradley way over the cushion. He's going to lose a few spots. Covey back into the 5th spot with Countermarch to his inside. Cushion starting to go away. Easy to jump it and get off the banking. It really upsets these race cars. 3 wide for 5th off of turn number 4. Got a lot happening. Ben Countermarch still battling with Covey. Now Countermarch thought he was going to clear him. Big run from Covey on top side of the speedway. Back out front, Noah Bowman. No contest. Joseph Grandy running 9/10 of a second behind Nick McDougall in the 3rd spot. Richie Gaines runs in 4th, and then this whole gaggle of cars behind Ben Countermarch in the 5th spot. Countermarch finding something through the middle that nobody else has. Covey over the cushion again. Bradley slips the grip on the bottom. That allows both Walsh and Vigian to close the gap. Laps starting to wind down, 15 laps to go. Noah Bowman has that car on rails. Now 1 second to gap to Joseph Grandy. Nick McDougall trying to catch Grandy for the 2nd spot. Richie Gaines nearly 2.5 seconds behind your top 3. Countermarch comfortably in 5th now. Covey still trying to find something on the top shelf. Keith Bradley runs in 7th for the moment, under fire from Alexei Vigian. Vigian's going to nose ahead for the 7th spot. Brandon Walsh right behind. Joe Merritt runs in 10th. That rounds out your cars currently on track. Now Richie Gaines. Looks like he's about to have company from Countermarch. Vigian able to get by both Bradley and Covey. Bringing Brandon Walsh with him. Noah Bowman inside of 10 laps to go. 1.6 seconds the advantage over Joseph Grandy. Nick McDougall still trying to figure something out. Gaines on top, Ben Countermarch down to the inside. Got a battle for 4th spot coming in turn number 3. Countermarch still working through the middle of the speedway. Gaines sticking to the top side, starting to go away. Side by side for 4th. Countermarch really cuts the corner close down in turns 1 and 2. Got the drive down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Gaines over the cushion again, but gets a good run on corner exit, able to stay door to door with him. And Gaines has the misstep. That's what Countermarch needed. Then Countermarch up to the 4th spot. Noah Bowman out front. He's seen the fistful. 5 laps, now 4 to go. Grandy runs 1.9 seconds behind. Nick McDougall still hanging on to the 3rd spot. Noah Bowman with 3 to go. Lap traffic ahead, but I don't think it's going to play a factor. Bowman runs the inside line through turns 1 and 2. Diamond cuts 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks near 2 times around for Noah Bowman. cushion, bounces off the fence, turns 1 and 2. Big hop into turn number 3, going to drive it off the low side of the speedway. White flag's out, half a mile to go. Through 3 and 4, one final time. The driver from Springfield, Illinois, the Bowmanator, Noah Bowman, going to take the season opener with the super late models. Now, folks, what a fantastic night of racing from both classes for the season opener for the Midwest Super Dirt Series. Take a look at the A-feature rundown for the super late models. Noah Bowman is your winner. Joseph Grandy in P2, Nick McDougall in 3rd, Ben Cowdermarsh 4th, Richie Gaines rounds out the top 5. Alexi Vigent, Michael Covey, Keith Bradley, Brandon Walsh, and Joe Merritt round out the top 10. Everybody else either out early or did not answer the call. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. Next week, the Midwest Super Dirt Series goes to the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. We go from the big track in Florida to the short track in Illinois. Definitely going to be a really exciting night of racing, and you're going to see all of it here on the B-Main Bandits YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.